Yeah, Bauer's working on providing more gear towards the sport because the sled is so different, right? You kind of order from this company out in Ontario. They give you a basic bucket, right? And you got to fill it with foam to fit your needs,
Okay.
right? So you have certain dimensions that fit for you, and then they send you this basic like plastic cutout. You fill it with foam, and you kind of make do with what you got. So and one of those goes about $1,000 probably, and it's a little inaccessible for those that can't quite afford to play, and to get a custom bucket as well, right? It's quadruple that, right? Like it's just so expensive, and that's I think one of the projects I'm going to work on next is making it more accessible for those that can't quite afford it. So anyway, again, they're through the Straz Strong Foundation, the funding for adaptive sport programs, right? Providing buckets or gear for those again that can't afford it to play the sport because sport changes lives. And yeah, I think it's important that people don't be held back by monetary value.
Yeah, and since you brought up that, let's get right into that. The Straz Strong Foundation. When did you found that, and what made you want to create a foundation as you were going through your own recovery process?
So the foundation started in right after the accident. I had my old trainer out here in Andrew. He started up for me to pay for a lot of rehab sessions, and the past year and a half, it's been kind of stagnant, not really doing anything, just kind of there. And I just had the idea. I'm like, okay, well, let's get this thing going again. And instead of providing for me, let's help people out because my time being in the adaptive sport world and being through the physiotherapy world and healthcare system here in Canada, right? It's horrendous for those that again it's expensive, it's inaccessible, and we need to create some change if any. And through this foundation I decided, okay, I'm going to start it up again, change some of the bylaws, essentially just raise all these funds to give back, right? So as soon as we can start getting the ball rolling and getting more people involved, I think change is coming. We just need funds and essentially a chance to show people that that's what we're all about.
And you do a lot of educational public speaking as well, don't you, through the foundation?
A little bit, yeah. So I'll go to like schools and hockey teams and a couple corporate events and kind of tell my story to let people know that when one door closes another one opens. So pretty much create opportunity wherever you see it. It just all starts with your mindset. And through the talks, yeah, I raise funds for the foundation and try to spread the story along because people have no idea, right? Like, unless you're have a disability, you won't quite understand what some of the things people have to go through are, and that's what we're trying to do is promote that social awareness so that change can happen.
And it's a pretty diverse foundation in terms of you're not only uh, helping people with physical disabilities but mental disabilities too, correct?
Exactly, yeah. So the reason I brought that one up was, I had, well, a couple of my teammates in Humboldt, they suffered brain injuries that, they're going to live with pretty much the rest of their lives. So, for me, right, allowing myself to at least raise funds for them or have a community go around that to try and find a cure or help with whatever they need in life later on, I think, again, super important. And that's why that one kind of hit close to home.
Man, that's incredible that you know even through your own recovery, and you have all of this stuff going on that you have to overcome yourself, that you still want to give back to and help other people that are going through either similar situations or completely different situations. That's super admirable that you you're taking that your your own experience basically, and as you're going through it, you're helping all these other people at the same time. That's incredible.
Yeah, like I think, if the situation was different, I could be going through a lot worse right now. But because of all these opportunities that I've had, I think I've had it pretty easy compared to most. And the same fire that sport gives all of us, and the ability to be around and feel involved and included in a community, I think is so important. So the opportunities that I've had, and I want to provide that for others as well, because for me being where I am today and having this give back mentality and trying to share my story and trying to create change might be sparked in someone else who gets this opportunity as well.
Man, yeah, that's incredible, man. Good for you for being able to do that, and that shows a lot about the kind of person you are and your character. Like I said, going through your own struggles, but still wanting to, help other people that, like you said, could have it worse. That's a good way to look at everything basically. um, and speaking of that, I know we had just chatted right before we started recording, but Zach and I for the podcast have partnered with Spreads.ca, which is an online casino and sportsbook. Um, we were just chatting with them and told them that you were coming on, that you had this foundation, and what they want to do is they want to have a tab for anyone that signs up and deposits, that clicks that tab for a Straz Strong Foundation. It'll have your logo, everything. Anyone that clicks that and deposits 25% of that, they are going to match and donate to your foundation. And they did a similar thing with Don Cherry and his foundation. So they want to kind of circle back and do that for you as well.
Awesome. Yeah, thank
And
you so much.
I mean, none of that goes to the podcast or Zach and I. It's just purely, 25% of the deposits go towards your foundation to help you help others, continue helping others.
Yeah, thank you.